Mr. Pris. Semoga dengan sosialisasi ini bisa meningkatkan pemanfaatan database AMBOSS yang sudah dibuka akses trialnya di Universitas Negeri Surabaya. Oke, mungkin itu saja dari saya. Silakan Mr. Pris untuk melanjutkan sosialisasi pemanfaatan database AMBOSS.
Here we go. Hi everybody. Good morning. Saya mohon maaf ya, presentasi saya akan dalam bahasa English because my Indonesian is really not permissible to do a presentation properly. So immediately I'm going to address this issue with the medical students. So how many medical students do we have now online? And 18. 15. Okay, all right. So I'm going to use an example that when you go to class and your lecturer gives you an assignment, and let's just say the assignment is to ask you to do a very open assignment about chest pain. So you might go to any database or Google. I'm going to use Google as an example. So you key in the words chest pain, and mind you, remember this statement I'm going to make. You are doing a search because you key in the words chest pain into Google, or it could be any other platform. It could be Access Medicine or Wiley or Elsevier or whatever. As long as you key in the words chest pain, you yourself, you are doing the search. And after you key in the chest pain, you click on it, you do a search, and here you are, you have a drop down from various publishers, various articles. Begins with Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, NHS, Medical News Today, WebMD, Healthline, and the list goes on and on and on. Let me just click on one for you to just have a look what it is like. So you have now cookies on them, blah, 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 and then you got to read entire article, click on the links, and you go read all about chest pain and heart problems. Back to your search. WebMD, you got to read about what causes chest pain. There are many articles that you need to read to understand about chest pain, but you have the first problem. Which one do you first read? And after reading it, which one is the most updated? This is from 3rd of March. This is June 22nd, 2023. This is 2nd of May. Which one do you rely on? Which one do you think you and structured it into notes so that you can present it as an assignment? All these questions start flooding your mind just for one topic called chest pain. And your journey in medicine is not just about chest pain. There's so many other things. So are you going to spend 3 days or 5 days just to read all that you can find on the net before you even start to write down your notes? The choice is yours. But let's say, what if I tell you you have an AMBOSS dashboard, which you now have free access for 60 days, all right? And you're a student and you provide, and now you key in the word chest pain. Now, earlier I said at any other platform, you will be doing the search, because after you key in the chest pain and do a search, it will provide you a long list of drop downs, and you have to read, and then you have to find out which one that you can rely on before you can even prepare your structured notes. In AMBOSS, when you key in the words chest pain or any other words, for the matter, you are instructing AMBOSS to do the search. You are not doing the search. Earlier at Google or any other platform, you are doing a search. Here, you instruct AMBOSS doing a search. Why? Let me show you. immediately it will provide you structured notes, chest pain. So earlier, when you were at Google's platform, or maybe Access Medicine, or maybe Clinical Key, or any other platform, it will just tell you, I have 50 journals, I have 50 books, I have 60 books. Enjoy your 1 week reading about it before you even start to structure your notes for presentation. In Amboss, you key in the word chest pain, Amboss has done all that work for you. He has prepared it in a structured way. In any topics, it will be the same interface. You have a summary, initial management, diagnostics, and the list goes on. So let's click on summary. If you think that this is a shortcut study, not really. It is quite a quick and smart study where you get the answer just by your snap of your finger or just by a click. But it doesn't mean that you do not understand the reasoning behind this summary. So each of this write-up over here, they all have words that gives you the understanding, the reasoning of how they come by to have this structured summary of notes. For example, in the area of summary of chest pain, they talk about acute coronary syndrome. What is acute coronary syndrome? Just hover over it, you'll be able to get an overview of what is acute coronary syndrome. If you want to have a further understanding, the reasoning behind this, you can click on this icon here, acute coronary syndrome. It will bring you back to the same interface library, but about acute coronary syndrome. There you go. You have structured notes on acute coronary syndrome. You are now learning to understand the reasoning behind the creation or the structured summary notes about chest pain. All right. Now, I will move on now to initial management. So meaning to say, when you present to your lecturer or your fellow students, you present it in this way. You start off with summary, you start off with initial management, and the list goes on until the references. When you went to Google, it doesn't tell you that. You have to structure it out on your own. That's quite a long way to go. But Amboss tell you, when you study medicine, this is how you structured your notes. Initial management. So the initial management, the approach to manage chest pain. Yeah. Now, if anyone would ask you, where do you get all these notes? Just hover over this. You can use it as a citation. This is your citation. And from your citation, you will know that the originating resource is from the Journal of American College of Cardiology. And also, you can actually hover over this link here and click and read the originating resource. So from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology that spoke about chest pain, this is the resource, originating resource. So it tells you that the information provided by Amboss physician for you to learn is evidence-based medicine. If you want to go in and look into the full text paper, you can actually click on this, go to PubMed, and you can have the full text over here by clicking the full text link, and you can download the full text if you want to. So from here, the library can also now look into this point that, do you want to subscribe to too many platforms? Or do you want just go to Amboss, where you will direct the students to go to the other way around, and you're not sure how to structure the notes, where students immediately learn how to structure the notes and what to learn from it and what are the relevant articles. Because the era of studying medicine right now is not reading about all the journals and then start to prepare your notes. That's way too long. That's just way too long. Now, similarly, for all the other notes that have been structurally prepared over here. You can also click on to the tab, References tab, and you can see that the entire structured notes here were prepared not by physicians having a coffee and they feel like writing what they want to write. No, they have made references to, I think there are 70 if I remember. So in all these references, you can even also hover over it, click on it, read the originating resource, and also probably get the full text link. Yeah, so from here, I can immediately share. Students get to study immediately or get to learn immediately. To study and to learn is a different thing. Platform like Google's or Google Scholar or Elsevier, I'm studying. That's not bad. You're studying, but are you really learning? I'm not sure. But immediately you are learning, and then you from what you learn, to study the time Okay, so I was just saying that from all video. I'm sharing, right?
No, the
Oh, the video. Oh dear. Okay. So when you're not using your own computer. So I guess everyone can see me now, can hear. So from August 19 to now, there isn't any significant updates that need to be updated. Therefore, what you have today is updated and evidence-based. And after I've learned about chest pain, I want to test my level of knowledge, how much I've learned. Have I learned it well? I can go to the Qbank session. And in the Qbank session, they have 2 questions to test my knowledge. I can start it. And now I have the questions to test me. And if you can see, the questions is very, very long. It means what it wants to do is try to throw me off to test my ability. Now, I'm new at this. I'm a new student. I want myself to be tested, but I need to learn too. I cannot just be tested and be demotivated. I too need to learn. So I will click on the feature here called Key Info, and it highlights to me that in this entire question of all circumstances, there are only a few clinical circumstances that I need to know so to answer this question. So it's the age of this patient, the history, and the tenderness to the palpitation of the left chest. Hence, from now on, lecturers or test exams that talk about chest pain, these are the key information that you need to know and look out in any of your questions. Now, you may think that this is a question, but my lecturer can come up with a different question. You are correct. But no matter how you change the question, the objective of the question and about the heart remains the same, because your heart is found in the same place as in me, as in the American, as in the African, or the person in Papua New Guinea. We all have the same, unless someone tells me today the heart is actually near the leg, then it's different. Yeah, so it's the same. So no matter how they twist and turn the question, you look out for the same facts over here. Do you get this from your Google Scholar? Do you get this from elsewhere? You may not, but you definitely get this from AMBOSS. And what more that others do not have is, I have another feature called attending tip, and it helps me to have further understanding about this question before I answer them. And now I want to take a look at the X-ray before I answer the question. When you look at the X-ray, what colors do we see? Black and white. So you want to look at the area, palpitation and tenderness of the chest, all right? Where do I go to? The lecturer will say, well, it's somewhere here, it's somewhere here, it's somewhere here, and it's somewhere here. Can you remember? There's no way. There's no way. So what we do is use the feature called overlay, click on it, and it highlights to you. So from now on, anyone or any questions that ask about chest pain, immediately, even without this color coding, you immediately learn that this is the area that you look into. So it creates a new thought pattern for you to learn. So I'm going to go back to the question now. Oh, I'm not used to this laptop, sorry. Come back, baby. There you go. Okay, close this. So coming back to my question, I'm going to attempt now and try to get it right. So forgive me, I'm a new student. I'm new to this. So I got the answer wrong. Now, to study, when you get the answer wrong, some platform will tell you, too bad, try again, don't get demotivated. Do you learn? You studied, but you did not learn. In AMBOSS platform, I get to learn, because why? Even I got the answer, I chose the wrong answer, it explains to me why I got it wrong. It explains to me your answer here, Chris, nitroglycerin is used in the treatment of angina pectoris and not for chest pain. Oh God, what is angina pectoris? I hover over it, I'm beginning to learn. I can even have a deeper reasoning and understanding what angina pectoris is all about. So now my point is, even if you got the wrong answer, you get to understand why the answer is wrong, and you immediately get to learn about angina pectoris and any other field. Now I got the answer right, let's say, and that prostatin is the right answer. Again, sometimes you get the answer right because you're good luck, nasib baik, yeah? And you do not know why you got the answer right. But here he explains to you that you got it right because the patient's symptoms are suggestive of costochondritis. What is costochondritis? Over it or learn. So within this question, you test yourself, the level of knowledge that you have learned from the structured notes. You are again learning again. You're continuously learning. You, as if you have a personal tutor on your right and left shoulder, tutoring you at all times at your demand. Now, after I've taken this test, I'm going to go to the next question. The same thing, I look into the key info, I look into the attending tip, and I start to take an answer. I got it wrong. Okay, this is the right answer. No, this is the right answer, and all this. Anyway, I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to look at my analysis. Now, this is only 2 questions. There are some areas, if you choose the study banks, there are 40 questions or 30 questions. So it will give you this session analysis. This session analysis analyzes my progress. So I have tried 2 questions. I've got both questions wrong. Very bad. This is my peer group comparison. So I'm a first-year student, basic science or in anatomy. So there are first-year students in anatomy globally. This is the percentile over here. I am only here. That's really bad. Too bad, Chris. What are you going to do? AMBOSS continues to guide you by giving you study recommendations. In articles, go back and read your chest pain and take the test. In the area of discipline that you need to learn, read up about family medicine and take the test. Read up about radiology, read up about clinical pharmacology and take the test. In the area of systems, please go and read up about chest, thoracic wall, and cartilage. Then come back and take the questions again. All right? I'm going to go back to, and I was talking about study banks, study plans. So my lecturer told me, go study about what do you call cardiology or respiratory. So there are a lot of study banks here. Multi-systems, cardiovascular systems. Click on cardiovascular system. I have 40 questions. There you are. I can start on it. Click start and begin to take the test. And the test actually tests me and also teaches me where I'm right, where I'm wrong, and why. So the entire interface in AMBOSS is the same everywhere. It's not confusing. It is so easy to use. Now, maybe you want to do something, what you call, I do not know what to learn. I do not know what questions to take. I'm a new student. Anything that is basic. I go to the library here on this platform. I click on articles. It is arranged for me that as a medical student, these are the areas that I need to, these are the areas that I need to look into. So I can be doing clinical knowledge, maybe at a year 3 or year 4. But as a first and second year student, I look into basic sciences. And in basic sciences, what are they? They are disciplined by the system or by other areas created or prepared by AMBOSS. I go on the discipline. What discipline do I need to learn? There's anatomy on all the way down. So in anatomy and histology, what are the areas I need to learn? From histology to gastroenterology to the organ system and the function system. This is how it goes. So I'm going to go to cardiovascular, let's say, and it tells me in cardiovascular, I should be learning about blood vessels, neurovasculature, heart, etc. So it's guiding me, it's telling me what to do. If I want to learn about cardiovascular, what are the topics I need to learn? If I were to go to Google and I say cardiovascular, there are so many here. Which one should I start? Which one should I even look at? Is it symptoms or is it system? Maybe system. Let's click on system. Oh my God, I've got so many to search. Which one should I start reading? Which one should I read? Which one should I not read? I do not know. But I don't have all these problems when I use AMBOSS, because it tells me what I need to know, where I need to know, and let's begin to learn. There's a beauty about it. And then coming back, we also have multimedia to help us. Now, when it comes to your clinical years, in the year 3 and year 4, physical examination, your lecturer cannot be performing the same procedure on the same patient 20 times for you. Even if you have watched it 20 times, you will not be able to see again, because you're not going to sit there and use the patient as and when you want to. So let's talk about heart. And this is a heart examination. We've got a video. I don't know whether you can hear any visual, but audio, but let's try.
Examination of the heart.
Oh, you can.
Examination of the heart is performed with the patient lying supine, the upper body undressed.
Will the live patient allow your lecturer to perform this 20 times for you? I don't think so. Not even 4 times, right?
Begin with a general inspection, which can reveal signs of cardiac illnesses.
So you can watch this over and over again.
History of cardiac surgery. And distended neck veins can be a sign of heart failure or superior vena cava syndrome. Palpation of the apex heartbeat is best performed with the patient lying on the left side to feel the beat.
So you can watch this over and over and over again until you're very, very good at it. So another one I'd like to share with you is this. Now, even if you have a live patient that allows the lecturer to perform 20 times for you, this is something a live patient cannot offer you.
First point located on the 3rd ICS.
This, you will be looking at the flesh. You'll be looking at where the palm goes, but you can't see this.
On the left sternal border is useful for a quick and general assessment of the heart. All heart cells are often vulnerable here, both pathological and physiological.
See what I mean? So we have this media support. And those who are doing histology or something like that, let me show you this. You're reading about histology, media. This is the one of your microscopic picture slides, you call it. You can zoom in to have a clearer. In projector, you can't see clearly. If you're on your laptop or phone, you can actually zoom in and look at it. You can even take a screenshot of it. There are many, many other videos. Yeah. So there are many other things we can do with AMBOSS. You can even create your own study plan or whatever. But I won't go that far yet. I will now just pause for about a few minutes. Are there any questions from the floor? How do I see this from here? Is this?
Yeah, it's the most front.
Okay, if there aren't any questions at the moment, now I'd like to put a bit of focus to the lectures. Now, on your left-hand side, you can see these educator tools. University Sessions Management. This is my account. So today I'm Dr. Christopher, and I have created folders. And this folder is called Heart Quiz. That's the name of the folder. What I did was I went to a question bank, or I went to a study plan, and I looked at, because some of my students, maybe 3 of them or 2 of them, and my student's name is Teguh and Fahan. So I look at this, I found that there are two questions that is very suitable for me to test Pak Teguh and Pak Fahan, and I like this question. So I save it. Where do I save it? I save it to this folder, which I created earlier. Just like you create a folder in your Microsoft Windows kind of thing. So I'm done. I'm going to go back to my educator tools, UC session management. I go to my folder. I now have the two questions with me. And then I have a URL here. All right. I can click on this if I want to. If not, I can just copy this URL. I can just copy it. All right. And then I'll email it to my students, Teguh and Fahan. And I say, I want you to look at these two questions. Take the two questions, do it over the weekend, and I'm going to review it on Monday. Now, after doing this, I can actually go and do a analytics. Okay, I haven't gone in here. So I can actually go back to the same thing like the session analysis. Okay. So let's just say, this is a history, sorry. So where was your university session? Okay. So I can actually go in and have a look whether so session. So I can go back to this session and see these two questions. Has Pak Teguh or Fahan or both of them completed the questions? Of course, they haven't done yet, so it's 0. So I can see that, you know, over the weekend, Teguh and Fahan did not even study, did not even do the questions. So I need to have a talk with them on Monday. Now, if they have done it, then it will look like this. If they have done it, it will look like this, somewhere like the earlier one when I did. Something like this. Okay, so let's just say now I'm looking at Pak Teguh. He did 2 questions. He got it all wrong. That's bad. I need to talk to Pak Teguh, but I also know that AMBOSS has recommended Pak Teguh to read again about chest pain in discipline and system and where to, and then so now it's called, I'm able to identify a struggling student and also where and what this student is struggling in. So I can help this student to improve. It's not just going to provide lecture, go home and study, good luck, pray to God, you will do well as a student. So this platform tutors the student and also assists the lecturer to tutor the student. So it is a very interactive platform, not just a Google Scholar or Clinical Key or Access Method or whatever. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just a different thing. Those are search banks. You search for journals, you search for books, so that postgraduate students can use it for research. But for studying medicine or learning medicine in the first 5 to 6 years, you need a platform that helps the student where to learn, what to learn, and how to do well. Whereas the other search banks doesn't do that. It only provides you stuff where you want to read, it's up to you. Whether you do well or not, I don't know. I can't tell. But AMBOSS is so that is why this is not a search bank. This is not a search engine. This is a learning support tool. Yeah, mendukung, supports the study, supports the lecturer. All right, I'm open for questions. Ada apa-apa soalan? So you mean you have a learning module system, Moodle or something like that, learning module system. And the learning module system is a platform that you have for geography, chemistry, sports medicine, you know, and then one more AMBOSS. Can it be integrated into that? Yeah, it can be done. So our engineers will have to speak to your IT and do their IT language, and that one I can't explain. I don't know how. So can. Yeah. So it's a single sign-on, SSO. SSO, yes. We have some universities that want a single sign-on. We can also do it for them. It takes a bit of time. We did it for one university in Malaysia, International Medical University. They have 1,824 students. So for us to do that, we took us about 4 weeks to do it. Yeah. So if you have 500 students, they can do it in 2 weeks. Not an issue. Oh, so that means whether they can create your own question or not. Okay. We have this exercise called curriculum mapping. This platform, the lecturer can only choose the questions from within, but they can't create. But if they want, they can. For an extra charge of 25% above the value of the subscription, our physicians can have, they will work it out. I don't know how they do it. Our physicians and the lecturers, they will understand. They will understand how they do this mapping, how to create a question. And then from there, once the questions are created, then they can go into this, back to where we are, this study plans. So you see here, this is my demo account. So you have 81 blocks. So these are blocks. Each of them are called block. So they can create one and call it Anatomy UNESA. Then the block is called Anatomy UNESA, and then it may have 40 questions or 60 questions or 40 or 30 questions. So our physician can work with the lecturers to create this and then put it into a module. That will take time because they need first the lecturers have to decide on their style. These are the 30 questions. Then they have to edit it and discuss. Final, this is what we want, and then the multiple choice answer and all that. Let me just share with you. Many universities ask us, can it be done? Yes, it can be done. I think globally only 5 did it. It's a lot of work. We don't mind. We don't mind. So we would suggest that when you have subscribed to this, gunakan dulu, yeah, until you're very sure. And one day you really feel you want to create your own question, discuss among yourself, mau, then we start. Yeah, the 26. Are there any other questions? If you have other questions, you don't feel like speaking, you can always type your message. You can type it in Bahasa Indonesia or English. Anyone?
Ini bukan mengenai UNESA. Sekarang ada aksesnya di UNESA, Pak.
Ya, baik. Mungkin Bapak Ibu sekalian bisa mencoba akses trialnya. Kemarin sudah dikirim linknya ya untuk trialnya sampai dengan tanggal 31 Desember 2023. Jadi bisa dimanfaatkan semaksimal mungkin untuk pembelajaran di FKK UNESA. Silakan. Kalau memang masih ada pertanyaan terkait akses, bisa langsung diinformasikan saat ini. Nanti kami bantu untuk loginnya.
Kepada
sudah saya share.
jelaskan. Kalau ada kesulitan masalah registrasi bisa membantu dulu. Tapi kalau dulu sudah mulai dari saya coba ya. Oh, udah akses, udah telusuri ya. Ya kemudian kalau pengadasi kita kayak yang sudah beruji bisa melakukan. Apa? Namanya negara mana tuh? AMBOSS. AMBOSS.
Have you come across platform like this before? Pernah temui platform yang seperti ini? Belum kan? Yang lain semuanya search engine, pencarian jurnal, pencarian buku, tapi bukan seperti sistem yang mendukung untuk belajar. Question bank. Ya, question bank dia bukan hanya question. Kalau jawabannya sudah salah, dia akan bagikan kenapa ada salah, betul, ya, feedback and understanding. Ya.
Dan ini mungkin tadi tekan jadi feedback dan pelajaran ini bisa dibentuk sama, bisa sesuai. Itu nanti sama harus belajar. Langsung ya.
Yeah. So for example, kalau di I'm gonna use sorry, where was I? So we are doing the chest pain just now. I'd like to keep it the same topic. So the Qbank. So let's say I got the answer correct. Okay, explain why. What is costochondritis? Okay, so I'll just have to click on this. Then it goes back to the same library on chest pain, but you don't have to waste time to go and read everything to find costochondritis. All right, what it did just now was immediately it brings you to, sorry, let me click on this. Close this. Yeah, so what it is was, when you click on this, not only it brings you directly to the area of chest pain, but immediately tells you, shows in front of you costochondritis. So you don't have to waste time to read the entire topic to find where is costochondritis. I give you another example. Let's just say we got it wrong. And on the N6, I click on N6. So you see the topic is non-opiate. You might want to read summary or whatever. No, it tells you immediately just go to N6. Right, I got another one. And this one is called Hampton's Arm. And I click on this. So the library and the question is side by side. So you see the top topic is called pulmonary embolism, but you just want to know what is Hampton's Arm. So it went directly to Hampton's Arm, and tell you where was it. See, if I were to go and look for it, I'm spending time, right? But I click on Hampton's arm, all right? You can see how the interface works. Let me try another one. Westermark. Immediately it highlights to you as Westermark. So you don't waste time reading an entire article just to look for one. So this is why we call it study smarter, not harder. Study hard is good, but do you want to study smarter? So do you want to be busy, looking busy to show like you're very busy? Or do you want to just study smart and be smart? Please. Okay. Okay, so you go to this, back to the front page. So there is a tab here called student. Click on it, choose clinician, then the dashboard will look different. So this dashboard is for clinician. So this is my profile, and my profile I put myself as I can't remember, was it THT? So anything regards to head, neck, and surgery, if there's any update, it will flash for me to see first, because that's my specialty. But if I were to change my profile to become a gynecologist, then any updates of gynecologist will just appear in front of me first. But that's okay. I can go to change log. This change log can show me all discipline. It can be gynecology to histology to cardiovascular to anything. It shows you in November what has been updated, what are the areas are updated. In October, all the way up back down to 2017. So you can scroll back and see in May 2023 what was updated. What were the areas updated? Were they articles or were they questions? The questions, there are some updates. Articles, what were the updates? Similar in every month. So you can look through this entire change log. So if they were to say, let's just see, I want to see what has been updated in vitamin D efficiency I found, or there was an update in May. Was there an update any more in September? Nope, I don't think there's any over here, that kind of thing. So this is like a mapping. And let's just say I am a lecturer and I read this updates about pregnancy and I don't like it, let's say. I will write down a notes. I'm gonna write down a note and save it so I can remember what I thought about this. And then after thinking about it, I want to make a complaint. I want to make a feedback to AMBOSS. I click on this button here, feedback, and I write, I think what you wrote about pregnancy may not be right. You should be blah, 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 blah. And then I just send a feedback. And then the group of physicians will usually reply within a week and talk to me. Okay, thank you for your feedback, but this is why we did this. But since your feedback also makes sense, we are going to change it for you. Yeah. Or maybe you say, I don't like pregnancy. You should be at the bottom. With feedback, anything you want. Yeah.
Baik, Bapak Ibu mungkin ada pertanyaan lainnya? Silakan.
Yep. Yes.
What was like a teacher account.
Okay, so like the trial, okay, so we charge based on number of students and number of lecturers. When you have subscribed, just like in trial, you have to register your profile. So like this one, it's my profile, right? So if you want to separate students and lecturers, that means the lecturers want to have access. Then you will have to let me know the names of lecturers and their email address, because their access they will be able to see this, the educator tools, this one, educator tools. I can see it because this is my demo account. So let's just say Prof. Soto, you give me your email address and you say you want to have access to educator tools. Then your access will have this. A student will not be able to see this. Yeah. So they can't see what are you preparing for anyone else. So, and usually for the first year, we don't charge the lecturers. And then, well, just to let you in a secret, most times we don't charge for the lecturers. Because if the students don't use it, lecturers will use it. Email domain. Just like how your registration is going to be by email domain. So if you happen to have another staff who could be an administrator or something else from finance, he or she can also use his email and register to be a user also. So at the end of the year, or every 3 months, if you want, we can give you a usage statistics. It will be able to see who they are. If you find out, tell me, oh, no, this person is actually from accounts. I don't know why this person is here. Can you take it off? Yeah.
Of campus as well.
Yeah.
So from anywhere.
Yeah, and you can download an app.
Yeah.
So you can download everything now and then go camping in the jungle and they can still read everything offline. Yes, we have. So we will give you the report. I don't have it in your laptop. The report will show you a general view. How many users, how many articles they download, how many questions they answered, how much time they took to answer each question. Did they get it right the first time or after a few times? They have that. And then the entire kind of information can be tailored, can be seen to each and every student also if you want.
Jadi asisten berapa dia menjawab banyak, berapa dia mengerjakan, berapa lama dia mengerjakan, semuanya berjalan ini. Kenapa menggunakan apa namanya domain? Jadi memang langsung usernya yang berupa langsung dengan AMBOSS.
So you can see your total 50 students. In my total 50 students, they have downloaded and read 2,000 articles or 5,000 articles. They have done 6,000 questions. And each question, generally, my 50 students took 10 seconds to answer. But if I want to see only this student named Fahan or Teguh, it will also show how many articles he downloaded throughout a time, how many questions he answered, how long it takes to answer a question. Did he get it right the first time or he has to try a few times? So there's a deep analysis.
Is there any language
English and German at the moment. Yeah. Initially it was German. Only about 5 years ago they in English. And in the first year they also still got some of the words wrong, because medicine conversion is not as easy as Google Translate English. Yeah.
Sekolah di bahasa Indonesia kan jadi beda lagi nanti dari di dalam. Makanya kenapa fokus ini. Final question. Memang waktu di tapi seperti
Jadi semuanya bisa mengakses kok saat ini.
Jadi kalau semuanya bisa masuk.
Baik, baik, betul. Nanti betul. Nanti itu bisa bisa kami bantu untuk proses ini. Oh enggak, Pak. Kami di depan biasanya, Pak, naiknya, Pak. Pembayaran di belakang, Pak. Oke. Mungkin cukup, Prof. Baik, Bapak Ibu, terima kasih. Jika tidak ada pertanyaan, kami tutup. Jika masih ada pertanyaan atau ada yang kurang jelas, nanti dapat menghubungi kami atau melalui perpustakaan atau melalui Ibu Puput selaku koordinator perpustakaan FK. Demikian dari kami. Terima kasih. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.